recording already? Yeah.
I look fat?
No, man.
I feel like I'm fat next to you.
Look at me. I feel like I got boobs.
You look great.
Hello, my name is D.
It's Adrian.
Don't listen to him.
I'm Paul. Well, welcome to our new YouTube channel.
I say we start where we started off. How this all began X amount of years ago. I don't want to show our age.
This channel is going to be a lot about music. You know, we're musicians. We've known each other for a long time. We'll get into that right now. And we've done a lot of things musically. We play a lot of different instruments. We write and we love all kinds of music. And so we're gonna have this channel is gonna be showcasing processes, I guess, of writing music, us hanging out and doing things that we typically do. We've done a lot of things. We've gone played with big bands. We came close to what we call making it, right?
Yeah. We've known each other since we were kids.
Yeah.
He just said we've been friends for a long time. Like I'm just some guy he met yesterday. We've known each other forever. We've grown up together. We've been in band forever together.
How old were we when we met?
You had just turned 17. We had both just turned 17.
I thought we were like 15. Okay, well we officially saw each other when we were 15.
Yeah, okay. We hated each other at the age of 15.
Yeah.
Fell in love with each other at the age of 17.
We would see each other at a distance and we would just like mad dog each other.
But it was different though. I felt sorry for him. He wanted to beat me up.
Yeah.
He always looked sad in like a
I was
Pantera t-shirt, and I was wearing a Smashing Pumpkin t-shirt, so it was like
it was like the metal kid versus the grunge kid, right? But you weren't grunge. But come on.
Pumpkins are not grunge.
Well, come on, but they fall into that era. Even though I love Smashing Pumpkins, but I wouldn't have loved them if it weren't for you. So we used to like just mad dog each other all the time. Keep in mind I had like these long dreadlocks.
Insert the picture of Jonathan Davis here.
And he had long hair too, right?
Yeah.
So he had his long hair. And I didn't even know he was in a band. One night, my band was playing a show at a little club here in El Paso called Debut Records. And so there was this guy, who shall not be mentioned, who was running sound for us. He approached me after the show and was like, hey, you know what, would you mind trying out for my band? And his band happened to be all the rave during that time here in El Paso, kind of in the southwest area, along with like at the drive-in.
Pissing Razors at the time.
When he asked me, I was like, hey, that sounds cool. I go to try out for the band and this guy's there.
We needed a place to try him out at. We used his house. I walk in like, yeah, we're gonna get a new guitar player, and we lock eyes. And that was that OS moment. Like, when him and I encountered each other in high school, we were about the same size. But he grew substantially in like 2 years. It was like, oh damn, now he probably can really beat me up. Hey, how you doing?
That's where I think music kind of brought us together though, because there wasn't really a whole lot of words. It was like, all right, let's play. And I had learned all of the songs. We did a whole set. I think we played like the whole album without even speaking a word in between. I think that was it. That was
done.
I remember.
I saw those hands moving, which is my favorite part about him.
Pinkies.
We're done.
I mean, I'll never forget because he never really said anything to me, but I remember afterwards, I remember you shook my hand in a very like man, you know what I mean? That was the moment that like any dislike of you from far like faded.
When I touched you, I said, finally I'm gonna get to hug this man, because that's all I've ever wanted to do.
And then we had our first show like a week or two later. It was awesome because they already had a good following. I remember I was brand new to the band and there was a CD signing, and I remember thinking we were gonna sign like maybe 10 autographs, but there was like a whole line of people waiting for us, and it was new to me because I was coming from a band that nobody knew, and it was awesome. We had our first show. As a matter of fact, Eddie from Pissing Razors played drums for us that night, and it was a really cool show, and it was like the beginning of a friendship, but our initial bond was music, and that's what made it awesome.
What I loved most about it, I'm not your typical bass player in terms of, a lot of bass players are boring. I'm just gonna put it out there. Live, in the live sense, and they just stand around and they wanna hide behind the singer or what have you. I'm not. I'm all over the place. I jump around, kick people in the head if I can, and
Wiggle your tongue.
wiggle my tongue, at the time. When we start playing and I'm getting into it, I look over, and keep in mind, he's always been to my right. Always.
Oh, that's true.
From then on, we've always been left and right. I look over and he's doing the same thing with his dreads and he's throwing down, and I was like, listen, I'm gonna kiss you on the mouth when we're done.
That was just the beginning. That was like what started it all. I think like our friendship just kind of blossomed, even though we had some hiccups along the way. Him quitting the band.
You helping me quit the band.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. I was supposed to quit the band with
be
him.
shy.
I never quit. We kept in touch, but it was kind of an awkward. We were still friends, but it was kind of like he joined a band. Actually, he joined a band with the guys from the band that I had started that I left to join his band, if that makes any sense.
I joined their band. A few of the members were his ex-bandmates.
Yeah, bands became like gangs at the time. It was like we wouldn't play together like in unity. We were always trying to outdo each other, and somebody didn't like somebody, and it was ridiculous. I would watch his band play. I remember watching them and liking them in my head, but I was like, had to act like, oh yeah, whatever, they suck. Even though a couple of your songs were songs that I wrote, but He ended up, that band fell apart, the other band fell apart. He ended up joining another band with the singer of the first band that we were in. That fell apart as fate would have it. We ended up finally coming back together, and we did our own band together. That was called Ashling. We did some pretty cool stuff in that band.
Amazing.
For the first time, we were in a band where we could do what we wanted to do 100%. The musicians in the band were awesome. We all became really good friends. We were like a tight-knit family. But then again, like everything else, that fell apart too. But before it fell apart, we did some really cool things.
We've been fortunate enough to open up for amazing bands along the way.
Yeah. But then things just didn't work out. Our singer decided to leave El Paso. That's what brings us to kind of where we are now. Even though our bands fell apart, even though things happened the way they did, we never stopped playing music. We never stopped writing music together. We never stopped doing anything. Yeah, we haven't played a live show in God knows how long. The thing that connected us from the beginning was the music that we were able to share. All right, so if you were to compare us to two other musicians, who would it be?
You're the John Frusciante to my Flea. Not that we're that amazing, but it's that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Stephen Carpenter to my Chino, like we're musical. I tell everybody he's my musical soulmate, hands down. Way back when we started our band Ashling, and we actually got to write together, I was like, I'd already known he's my my partner for life. I mean, we never tell each other what we want. He tells me I wrote a line, I come in, I do my thing, and I gave him exactly what he wanted without him even telling me what he wanted. Same goes for, when I come up with something, I never have to worry about what's gonna happen, because I know we're just in that pocket. We don't have to speak to each other when it comes to music. It just happens.
Yeah, and I think that's so rare, that's so hard to find.
Yeah.
We've played with so many musicians. I don't care, drummers, other bass players, guitar players, singers, you name it. It's very hard to find musicians that you can just click with like that. And I think that's one thing that him and I have always had, is never even a question of what we're playing. It's like, I can play something, the moment he starts playing, I automatically love it. We think like one mind, with one mind. One of our what would be our motto? We're half and half.
Half and half.
So usually, the world works in certain ways in balance, and part of that balance between him and I is it's always half and half. When I'm putting on a bunch of weight, he's losing it.
I just gained your 10 pounds.
I start liking country, which that will never happen. I hate country music. But let's just say hypothetically, I started liking country music, then
Those are fighting words.
He's gonna call me up and say, so I'm listening to Pantera right now. It's funny, we're always on opposite ends, but when we come together for music, we're one and the same. And I think that's what gave us the idea for this YouTube video, this channel.
Going back to how we're connected musically, I mean, there was a time after the whole Ashling thing, he literally told me, I'm done. Don't want to play music.
That's true.
I got super sad. Luckily, along the way, he's always been our producer. He put the money and the time into learning how to become an amazing producer. So when he quit music, I was devastated. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it without you. But every Friday night, we'd jam at his house and, write ideas, and we'd start like these little bands where I would sing or he would sing, or we would both, just to keep you know, the creative juice is flowing.
And then you joined the band that I actually ended up producing.
Because I'm the type of guy that I have to be doing something. Music it's not an option for me.
We're able to now afford all this nice equipment that we have. Our worst enemy now is time, and so we have a band that we play with. It's called Tragic Landing. We get together, we write music. It's beautiful because it's an escape for us. Him and I get together more often, and we do these things. We do abstract. We do all kinds of music. I mean, we don't just stick to rock. I mean, we have influences. What are some of our influences? I don't even know where to start with that.
My all-time 2 favorite bands in the whole entire world. Gun to my head, Smashing Pumpkins and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Jedi Mind Tricks.
I like 6ix9ine.
Did you just really throw that? I'm talking about real hip hop, and you throw him in here? Wow.
Well, I like his content.
You see what I deal with?
Okay.
That is not hip hop for those of you watching. At all. It's a disgrace to the name even. Different strokes for different folks.
We love everything. We love all kinds of music. And so when we write music, we don't limit ourselves to one style, one genre. We just go with how we're feeling. If we come in, we've done hip hop, we've done slow, we've done electronic, we've done heavy songs, we've done things. I love like Sigur Rós, for example, or Sigur Rós, I don't know how you pronounce it. If you haven't heard them, they're amazing. Radiohead, I love that type of like spacey music. And so whatever we're feeling, if we come in and we are just feeling like writing something super heavy, we'll write something super heavy. If it's a mellow type of day, we'll write something mellow.
I'm a note searcher, right? I'm on that journey for the perfect note, and he'll hit a note and I'll say stop. Nothing. Do it, and then it's on for me.
I'll be writing something and I'll hear the perfect note in my head, and he'll hit something completely different from what I'm hearing, but it fits better.
You're welcome.
Half and half. You're gonna get to see us creating music, playing, him playing bass, guitar, piano, maybe even drums, maybe even singing, even though it's something that I can't stand. So we can play all these instruments and we write all these different types of music. We just kind of go with the flow and see what comes out. And so that's kind of part of what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be just kind of following us along, seeing how we do it. It's going to be a good channel if you're a musician, whether you like the recording process, you like listening to music, you like to see the writing process, whatever. I mean, we're going to throw it at you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit of everything, but everything ultimately is going to, at the end, going to be related to what we love most. And I think the glue that has held us together most, which is music, because that's
you love me though.
Oh, I do love you.
Music. He loves me. I'm playing.
Sometimes.
This is something that should have happened because it's our journey together. It's time to tell our story. Not that we're famous, amazing people, but I mean, it's his story and my story, because I mean, the way I play bass and how I play bass and why I play it is different from others. The way he plays guitar, his story on how he got started.
I was gonna say something and I forgot. Thinking about marrying you just makes me forget things. It's not gonna just be us. We also want to feature other artists. We might bring them into the studio. There's other people out there that it's all about talent and showcasing talent. Bringing in other people to add to what we're doing. And again, that's the beauty of music, is that when you bring in other minds, people bring in stuff that you would have never thought of before. All the music that you hear on this channel is music that we have written. Come along on this journey with us and kind of just get an insider view of Paul and Adrian. D. I never call him D. Never.
You're the only person that's allowed to call me, but you have to earn that right to call me by my real name.
From here on out, it's gonna be music and pure comedy. Boxing each other too. Oh, we love boxing, man. By the way, so boxing each other. Ooh. How cool would that be?
You just said it. I've been wanting to kick your ass for years.
I think he could actually win now. Look at those muscles. Those muscles.
Muscles.
If there's something that you want to see from us, even if it's him without his shirt, just leave a comment. And please subscribe and tell your friends and follow us.
Subscribe, like, hit that notification button. Do everything, please.
Alright. Thank you guys for watching.